Oh, man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is. Tuesday. Brewsday Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah! It's Brewsday Tuesday time with DreZ and Huck.
Yeah.
It's quieter when I open it with
I don't
the
know.
lighter.
I don't know if that comes over the air quite as good when we're live on location for Brewsday Tuesday. A very special edition from the beer garden at Floydfest 17 Freedom.
Oh, man, I feel free out here. This is just wonderful.
Like always, I'm joined with Huck from Huck's Beer Buzz.
That'd be me, and we have.
And of course, we're going to have many guests since we're out on location. I brought an extra headset so that we could talk with Brian from Big Daddy Love is in the house.
Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate this.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming out and hopping on the show with us. So obviously, we loaded up the Beer V.
We did.
Decided we should take the show on the road.
We pulled the Huck's Beer Buzz Jeep behind it.
For the very first time.
With no problems.
Yeah,
wonderful.
I was surprised about
Watch
that.
out, America. Here comes Huck.
Yeah, so that actually went very well. I was kind of surprised about that, but we made it here. You were able to park it in a decent place and make our way into the beer garden. And, man, what a beautiful day.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm fingers crossed that this is the weather that we get all weekend.
If
It
it
couldn't be any
it's
better.
going to be like the best ever.
Yeah, obviously
Floydfest,
Floydfest 17 is going down this weekend, and for those that don't know, it is a pretty awesome festival that's obviously been going on for quite a while right here in Floyd, Virginia. And to talk a little bit more about the festival and, of course, some of the music aspect of it, we do have Brian here because I guess you've played this festival before. You're not playing it this year, but you know a thing or two about Floydfest.
My band came up here one year. We got invited to come up and play and compete in the competition, in the Rising Bands competition, and we actually won the competition. And it was one of the biggest deals for us because it put us on a whole new level. And then next year we got to play the main stage. And we had a lot of success just because we came up here and played.
That's
nice.
And it happened right here in this beer garden.
Oh,
The set that,
dude.
And it was the funniest thing. So the reason all that happened was they had some power issues, and for 30 minutes things were delayed. People came in that wouldn't have normally been there. We played for like 5,000 people. And killed it, and everything just worked out for us. We got so lucky.
I'm not gonna lie. I've come. I might be a little biased, but I've come to love the stage in the beer garden. I find that that's where I spend most of my time here at Floydfest.
There's something special about it, and a lot of the upcoming bands that they'll put here, the good upcoming bands you've probably not heard of before, and so you can discover all types of bands on this stage.
Well, we'll delve into the list of bands here in a little bit, but first things first, this is Brewsday Tuesday, and we got to talk about the beers that we're drinking.
Darn it.
Obviously, there's going to be plenty of beer to be drank here at Floydfest. Now, I'm not exactly too sure what's on the list. I know, Huck, you have the list of all the different beers, but I poured the Mango Mosaic from Breckenridge, which I'm sure if this beer particular isn't featured here, I'm sure there's going to be some Breckenridge to be drank/drunk, however you want to use it. I'm not exactly too sure what the verbiage on that would be.
471 IPA, some porter, agave wheat, which is one of my favorites. And I think they're going to be some of this here Mango Mosaic, which you are drinking right now.
I'm drinking it, but what are you drinking? Because I know that this was one that was specially brought in.
I'm drinking this beer from Foothills, and it's probably not going to be there. No, look, it's not. It's called the Clean IPA, and Floydfest is known for maximum recycling, maximum
green, super green.
Everybody has their own cup they keep with them all week. So this is a good example, and this IPA is clean. It's like lots of good. It's got good hops in it, a lot of hops: Eureka, Sriracha Ace, Citrus, Chinook, more Chinook. Probably more Chinook. It's APV is 6.0, not quite making a Huck session, but hey, you know what? It's clean.
And then Brian, what do you got over there, brother?
So I have a Star Hill Sublime Citrus Wit. Star Hill's out of Charlottesville, and it's good. It's a good summertime beer. I usually don't drink citrusy beers. I'm an IPA guy.
Yeah, but you said you weren't you're IPA guys.
That's why we gave you that beer.
Yeah, I know.
To open up your.
One of my goals this summer is to start drinking other beers.
Well, it starts today, my friend.
And this is a good summertime beer. It's nice and light, and it's not too citrusy.
All right, well, we were talking about we were going to delve into some of the bands. Now, I know, obviously, you have your hand on the pulse of the music scene here at Floydfest. So who's coming? Who are the ones to really keep an eye out for, in your opinion?
Well, some of the bigger bands, St. Paul and the Broken Bones, they bring this style of just funky dance music. I mean, you just cannot sit still when they're playing.
Nice.
They bring a big horn line, and it's good, catchy grooves. It's reminiscent of old, like, Sam and Dave stuff, the old funk, R&B, soul.
So you gotta love the funk.
You got to. I mean, everybody. I'm a bluegrasser. I play banjo, but the funk just has a special place in my heart.
Without a doubt.
And there's a band that a lot of people might overlook, but I tell you, it's going to be one of the best bands here, is Marty Stewart and his Fabulous Superlatives. They are some of the best musicians you'll see. I love their stuff. They're electric. It's more groovy. It's not necessarily bluegrass, even though they'll play some bluegrass stuff. But it's groovy honky tonk, and his voice is just amazingly soulful.
I'm glad to hear that, because I've been stumbling over pronouncing that name on the radio all week long. So it stood out to me on the paper when I'm reading it, and so I'm glad to hear that I'm not doing that for nothing. Getting that word out is definitely good.
Yep.
Anybody else we should look out for?
Turquoise, another funk band that's great. Keller Williams is always fun. The Steel Wheels, they kind of blend old-time music with bluegrass a little bit. They keep everything upbeat. Larry Kill Experience is great. The Hip Abduction is a really interesting band that's really grown a lot. They have this, it's almost like a throwback 80s sound. I mean, they kind of remind me of the good Duran Duran back in the day.
The good Duran Duran.
I mean, and they got this like funky, this funky, just fun, free 80s vibe to them.
Right.
Another one, the Little Smokies. They are really big in the progressive bluegrass scene. They've kind of came out of nowhere from Montana. They've just blown up, and they're touring all over the country, and they're pushing the awesome progressive bluegrass that combines good, solid traditional picking with just like new song structures and just having fun and being creative.
Sweet. Now, Huck, I know that this is not your first Floydfest. Do you know how many have you been to? Yeah, been to all of them.
No. I was a late bloomer. I think my first one was I was still living in Fincastle, so that was probably 8 or 9 years ago, and I actually drove my Jeep up here with no top one Thursday. I don't remember. It was probably a 60s band, because that's what I'm all about.
Mm-hmm.
So I drove up here and watched the music, and I think I even came back on Saturday. I had such a good time. So I've been going on and off since then. In the last couple of years, the kind folks at Floydfest have hooked me up to come up here and ride a little bit and drink a little bit and share the beer news.
So I know that you've had a pretty long relationship with Floydfest, so maybe you can answer me this question, because I know that this is Floydfest 17.
Mm-hmm. That's a common question.
Floydfest 17, 2017. It makes sense. But I'm wearing my Floydfest X shirt, which is Floydfest 10.
And that was in 2000.
And the date is on 2011. Yeah. So I'm doing the math, and I'm like, well, in my mind, this should be Floydfest 16.
But you're not good at
Floydfest
math.
17. I'm pretty damn good at math.
Good enough to do that.
All right, so here's what happened.
I heard that is there a special secret Floydfest that they threw just to get the
number
to match up?
There was, and I think it was the year before last.
Last year.
Okay, so last year, and I was here, and at some point the kids brought me the baby and said, "You need to watch this baby all night." And I'm like, "Why?" We're going to the next Floydfest. I'm like, what? What? So down the hill, they set up a new stage. They had bands. They went all night, and so they caught up.
So Floydfest 15 and Floydfest 16 were back to back.
Same year, yep.
Back to back.
Saturday night from like 2 a.m. till 8 a.m.
That's a slick way to do it.
And from my understanding, I was not there. I did see some film. It was a wonderful time. Everybody had a wonderful time. And I'll tell you what, Sunday I didn't have to fight any crowds because it was pretty easy to get around. Everybody's still sleeping until about 6 p.m.
Isn't that nice?
It was great.
Well, hey, speaking of Floydfest 17, I know that it's going to be a very special weekend. It officially starts tomorrow. I'm not too sure what time. People can start flowing in as early as 9 a.m. I know you're going to get here at 10, you said.
Yeah, theoretically.
But we do have a pair of Floydfest passes to give away.
We do.
So if you are interested in attending the awesomeness of this Floydfest 17, Freedom.
So you have to call. It have to be the 17th caller.
We usually take the 10th caller. We're going to do something special. I guess we'll take the 17th caller right now. 540-731-1053. Caller 17, you can win free Floydfest tickets.
And the bad news is you won't get to talk to us, but Big Nate's there, manning the phone.
Big Nate is standing by to take your call. 540-731-1053. Caller 17 is going to win a pair of tickets to Floydfest 17 Freedom this weekend, which is shaping up to be a pretty good one, Brian.
It's going to be an awesome one.
So I see that you got your radio on, so I know that you're not playing this year, but what are you doing? You helping out, helping the band set up? What do they got you running around doing?
Yeah, my band slowed down a lot, so I've started doing other things. I started booking other bands, coming up here and helping the Floydfest people, start to work myself in, with the industry and help everywhere I can. So I'll do media stuff and just jump in and help. I mean, it's such a great organization. The people that run it are so fantastic. Just to put yourself into that situation is just good for you.
Sweet.
Yep.
So, Huck.
So, about time to untap these beers.
Is that what you're thinking?
I'm thinking.
I think we could probably do that. We'll start with you, my man, since you're
Mr. I got
Mr.
the fancy
Photogenic
beer.
over there.
I got the fancy beer here. I got the clean IPA from Foothills. And let's just refresh Foothills. Great brewery. They do sexual chocolate. They're out of North Carolina. They've been around a while. They're not new ones on the street. And I got to tell you, this is they calling this their Craft Happiness IPA project 2017. It's like 90%, 95% water, just like me. This beer is similar to me.
What jumps out to me about that? They're
what?
starting to use some new artwork too.
Yeah, the artwork's different. You're right. It's not. The other's kind of dark. This is like a bird flying, a woman, the waterfalls, the hair. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give this beer. It's an India Pale Ale. It's soft on the bitterness, very soft. A little bit on the back end, but very soft. Kind of like 4.5. This is a strong beer. If you can find it, get you one.
4.5. By the way, that's 4.5 out of 5, not out of 10. We use the untapped scale, which is raking beers in the scale of, I guess, 0.25 to 5. You can untap it at a location, like in this case, Floydfest. You're going to want to certainly use that. Check in with friends, all that good stuff. It's the free beer app that I like to use. It's the paid-for beer app that Huck likes to use.
Yeah, I pay for it to get some more statistics. I like to know exactly what I've been drinking.
Brian, are you on Untapped, Brian?
I'm not. I've got friends that have been doing it, and now I realize that I need to start doing it as well.
You might need to hop on it, man.
Yeah.
We'll come up with a fun handle for you. What do you think of that Sublime beer? I know you're not on the Untapped beer, but tell us what you think and give us a rating.
For a beer that I don't drink much, I'm enjoying it so much right now that I'd have to give it a 4.5 as well.
There you go.
4.5. Well, copycats. I better come up with a different number over here. Unless we get a whole sweep.
I can't think of. There's a word for that. Groupthink. Groupthink.
Groupthink.
Yeah.
I got you. Well,
Groupthink.
over here, the Mango Mosaic, man. Now, I got to tell you, this is a beer that is fantastic for a day like this. You got that nice little bit of citrus into it, but it's a nice light beer. I'm seeing where the ABV on it is. Can't be too much.
5
it's probably,
or 6, probably.
Yeah, it couldn't be more than 6. Definitely, 5.5. You're right.
Yep.
So yeah, it's got a great pairing with it. I mean, I love mango. Everybody loves the mango. Let's be honest here, and Breckenridge, they've come up with some pretty solid beers over the years. I know that they are on my Virginia beer map, which is always very. Oh no, Colorado. Colorado? Or is there somewhere in here?
No, they're definitely Colorado.
Definitely Colorado. Wow, that was a major fail. Not on my Virginia beer map.
Well,
I don't know where that came from.
No, but
Maybe I've had too many Breckenridges over here.
Yeah,
but
that's good.
this is a fantastic beer. You know what? I don't know what that thing is called, but you're right. It might be a 4.5 as well. I might as well hop on the
There we
train.
go.
That thing caught my eye. That's why I brought that one. So you got your
when it's
Virginia
going-
breweries. You got your Deschutes, and they're bringing some good stuff. Their wheat.
That's what I was
Black
thinking of
Butte.
was the Shoots, maybe.
Right, and
Although
then
they're technically not really Virginia.
We got
either.
Parkway. Well, they're coming. Star Hill. So we got it all going on. And actually, there's some sneaking around here. We're not going to drink it on the air, but I went to Ballast Point the other day, and there's some of that beer running around here.
Oh, floating around.
Apparently for those
For the
thirsty
crew.
volunteers.
Volunteers.
Thirsty volunteers. So that's another thing. You might want to volunteer next year if you haven't before.
Well, there you go.
I think it's a pretty good gig.
Well, I think what's a pretty good idea is to step aside, play a tune, and then drink some more beer. What do y'all think?
I'm in.
Brian, I don't think you're going to be on the next segment, but I appreciate you hopping on the mic.
Absolutely. Thank you
And,
for
of
having
course,
me.
we'll see you floating around this weekend at
Absolutely,
Floydfest.
yeah.
We'll share the beer with you.
Thank you.
Hanging out at Freedom! Floydfest 17, doing our very first live on location, Brewsday Tuesday. It is DreZ, it is Huck, and we'll be back sipping some more beers right after this on 105.3 The Bear.